Shegun, sorry, we need to hold on. It has nothing to do with the fact that favor. Falabi, thank you very much for that one. At this point, we'll have to move on quickly because we're still live on STV, NTA channels, AIT, and FRCN. I want to say a big thank you again to them for joining us this evening. To our second keynote address from a private sector individual, and of course, someone who has a lot to say about Mr. President. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for Ehi Zayenye.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's my pleasure to be here, and I prepared a speech, which I can't deliver now within the 5 minutes I've been given, so I'm just going to speak from my heart. In 1983, I was 16 years old. I was in my first semester at the University of Benin, reading accounting. I just left King's College Lagos a few months earlier. I've written my O-level exams. And on the night of 31st, on New Year's Day, it was New Year's Day. New Year's Day, 1984, there was a military intervention. And the man that is now being presented as the alternative to the incumbent president became the head of state. Now, I am not worried about his age per se, personally. My worry is that I see no difference between the man I knew this person to be in that era and the person is being suddenly repackaged and represented to be. I find it very amazing because when I look through the campaign and I listen to what is being said and all that, I am amazed at the level of deception, the level of hypocrisy, the level how you just reinvent somebody and decide that this is the change you are looking for. I'm happy that the myth that has been attempted is being bust. People are seeing that, if this man had actually changed, maybe some of us will also be rooting for him. But I listened to even interviews he has had recently. He was asked about, those that he backdated decrees to kill, and he said he had no regrets. And I'm like, you have no regrets? I thought this man would say, well, the circumstance was such that this had to happen. With hindsight and with wisdom now, I realized that I was wrong, and then I apologize. I don't know how Nigeria of 2015, how a group of people can package this man and present him as our solution in the 21st century. But I'm happy that our youths are the wiser. The hollow campaign about change is an illusion. The other day I was in a neighborhood in Lagos and I saw you must have seen that thing about feeding one child, one pupil per day. And I did a little arithmetic. To feed a child per day, even if you use the most conservative figures, you are talking about almost 700 billion naira, or almost 1 trillion naira to give a child a meal per day. And I'm like, is it that these people think that Nigerians are so, we don't think think through to know that this is a lie? This can't be, this can't work. Then people gave examples of some states where, even though they are struggling to pay salaries or pay their civil servants, they say they are feeding children in their schools. The joy I have in supporting President Jonathan is that he's authentic. He is real. President Jonathan, we don't need to package lies to present President Jonathan to Nigerians. Even his opponents tell you that they know he's humble. You know, my paper dwelt essentially upon the leadership traits and the character of the president. That has even made it possible for even the opposition to hope and think that they could win the presidency. That atmosphere became possible because we have a humane president, a tolerant president, a democratic president, a humble president. President Jonathan has redefined the essence of leadership in Nigeria. He has, leadership used to be about bravado, about, power show, about, being brutal. It was about the strong man. This man has redefined what it means to exercise soft or smart power. When you are strong, yes, you have the restraint, the humility in your action. That shows great character. I am proud that we are being led by a man like President Goodluck Jonathan. I am certain that Nigerians can tell that in this man we have a true leader. We have a visionary man. We have a humane president. We have an authentic president. I'm happy that he's a man that has his eyes on the future. We've heard the statistics. We've heard about the programs that are being done. The evidence is there, empirical evidence. Anybody that says that, somebody, I participate a lot on social media too. Somebody will come and say, oh, the president has done nothing. You cannot in good conscience. I remember when I traveled from Lagos to Rubin some years back, and I spent about 15 hours on the road, going through the bush, dodging, the motorway parts. Now it takes me 5 hours to get from Lagos to my hometown, Uromi, in Edo State. The statistics speak for themselves. I commend President Goodluck Jonathan to Nigeria. This is a man of destiny. And this nation has a great destiny, and we need to keep the destiny of this nation in safe and secure hands. And thank God that we have a camp. Imagine that if we had a more impetuous person leading us at this time, this country would have already got up in flames. This is a man that you have capable hands at the helms of the leadership of this country. I have no doubt that Nigerians are sensible. I have no doubt that Nigerians are wise. And I know that come Saturday, 28th March, they will join the rest of us to vote back President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, PhD, GCFRO, as the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Feel free to keep on clapping, it's allowed.
Thank you, my neighbor.
Ladies and gentlemen, please, at this point, I would want to implore any other person coming on to be very stingy with time. As you well know, this is a live transmission, and we're trying to cover as many areas and get as many people on the podium to talk. So, in as much as we are excited and very vocal about all we have to say, please do show discretion with your duration. We would really appreciate that. At this point, ladies and gentlemen, another pointer is to focus more on the issue at hand, which is getting to know the side of President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan that people do not really know. No attack on opposition, and minimize the reference to opposition. Please, we want to stress that the people who put this together, I shouldn't say this, but they spent their resources to put this together. So every second that we're here, we need to make it count. Again, I do appreciate the zeal and the energy and the vigor that everybody is displaying, but let us not lose focus of why we are here. At this point, I'd like to call on Sega Awosanya, who will come on board. No, I didn't say the president, I said Sega. At this point, Sega, please, sorry to cut you. I just want you to please minimize to 5 minutes each, and the other two panelists come in. I am taller than you, so if it's 5 minutes and 1 second, well, I leave it to your imagination.
If only you can carry out the threat. Ladies and gentlemen, honorable ministers, panelists, members of the press, media, distinguished ladies and gentlemen of my dear country, I greet you as shapers of Nigeria.